podcast.
Carlton, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, can you hear me?
All right, sir. Say what's up to the podcast. Say how you're doing. How's your day going?
Gang, 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 gang. Let's go.
All right, brother. Tell
Okay.
me a little bit about yourself. Just give yourself, a good description of what you're doing and how everything's going for you right now.
All right, if y'all don't know already, I go by Smooth, but my name's Carlton Allen, man. Uh, yes, Carlton Allen. For y'all who don't know, yeah, you said what else? Good.
Just describe like what's going on in your life, how you're doing, how's your mental, everything else.
Life's good, man. I always try to tell people, man, like when you wait to see another day, like each day, you got to be thankful. So that's really what motivates me each and every day. Just the fact that I'm even alive to conquer whatever I want to conquer for that day.
Every day's
So
a blessing, man.
yeah, but currently I'm probably I just try to be a hard worker. Man. I stream probably just about every day, every other day. Just trying to be a better man each and every day too, man. You know how it is, trying to be
Oh
better
yeah.
than what you was yesterday.
Oh
So
yeah.
I feel like that's what it's about. That's what motivates me each day. But it's weird how like it hit me now, life, you know, and I feel like if it would have hit me up a little sooner, like the drive that I have now,
Mhm.
like
You
who
felt
knows
you felt
what.
like things could be done just like minorly differently.
Yeah, a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because like not always when you're younger, you don't really have the that drive all the time. You know what I mean? You got to think about when you're young, you're spoiled. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I won't say spoiled, but like you're just like lazy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more or
Lazy.
less it's more or less like when we were younger. I wish I had the knowledge that I have now for it. Like I wish I could go back in
Exactly.
time, give the knowledge I have now to my younger self.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I think about that shit like every day, bro. It's crazy. Like every single day.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, damn, I wish like I was doing this back then, or like had the same motivation back then,
Right,
or like I'll be like, no wonder this is what my parents was talking about. You know what I mean?
man. But
You live and you learn, man.
oh yeah. But guys, I'm Levi. I am the starter of this podcast. This podcast is called Up and At 'Em. We're gonna be doing it Wednesday. The videos will come out Wednesday and Friday for YouTube. Wednesday's videos will be strictly about gaming, just a gaming conversation, gaming podcast. Friday will be sports, but we will be streaming these podcasts early, like a day early, and then upload them to YouTube. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm doing well myself. I kind of a stressful morning, but we're all right. Life goes on. Uh, you know, this is a podcast I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm really looking forward to getting this done. Um, and hopefully it growing into something that I really want to do, and we can get a little bit more professional, get actual mics, you know, set up in a space, and go from there. So that's the plan for this podcast, and I'm really looking forward to doing this with everybody. We're gonna have all of GBG at some point get in on a call and do a podcast with all of each other. It's really hard because everybody has different schedules. Um, everybody's kind of has their time determined elsewhere. So it's a slow motion work, but we're going to be able to do it, and I'm really looking forward to it. The first podcast today is going to only be like an hour, hour and 30 minutes, and then after that, from then on out, it's going to be a 2 hour podcast. Um, if the conversation is good enough, it could run longer, but we'll just kind of have to see. Um, we're going to have a lot of personalities in here. People that game, some people that don't game, people that know more about sports, some people that don't know a lot about sports. I feel like I want to be able to educate everybody in both aspects if they need to be educated or if they want to learn. So it's something I have been really looking forward to. I've been wanting to do this for like 3 years, bro. I feel like I can do really well with the podcast, and I feel like all the guys around me in the group in GBG are going to be really well with this podcast. So
Facts, 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 facts.
with
Not
that,
fiction.
go
So
ahead, go
man.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was saying facts, not fiction.
Oh yeah.
Fiction.
Um, now we're gonna start talking about a game that I am no longer putting content out for, but Carlton
Jeez,
is.
man, already the hot takes? That's crazy.
I'm not making
Already with
content
the hot
for it
takes.
anymore. It's definitely not for me anymore. But Carlton is deep in it.
I mean, went straight to it with 0 to 100 real quick. 30 seconds.
Well, we're jumping right into it, man. I wanna talk about. You guys gotta understand. So we're gonna talk about Call of Duty and where we feel it can improve or how we feel where it is going. Call of Duty has been a game since I've played. I've played that since I was 2007. And I played Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, and then I started playing multiplayer Call of Duty 4, and then from then on out, I played Call of Duty multiplayer throughout middle school, high school, college. I still obviously have played it. I'm not making content anymore for it, but obviously Carlton is, and it's doing really well, so I'm glad and I'm happy for him. Um, Personally, for me,
I'm still hurt, man. I'm still hurting.
COD to me is you may feel the same way. The update that we just had was
Man,
a
you going straight to this shit.
the Carlton. The update that we had, bro. They they worded everything in their patch notes a certain way, and they totally went left. You know what I'm saying? They
You
they
said
went
switcher?
they went completely left. They swerved off the road. Um,
Shocked the whole world, man.
to be honest with you, if I'm going to be honest, I don't think they can improve anymore. I think the community is done. I think they've had enough. Um, you can see by the numbers, by the Twitter interaction, everything else. Like nobody wants to play this game anymore, unless they're making income off of it. If you're making income off of it, I understand that's your job, whatever. But um, you know, I've loved Call of Duty since I was a kid. I I really wish it would go in a good direction. I don't necessarily care about movement, none of that. I'm not one of those guys. I have gun skill. I've always had gun skill. It's never going to go away. It's more or less the fact this game is catering to more casual players, which is fine. You grab a more consistent group of people that are casually, they get off work, they want to come home, they play games, whatever. The people that are competitive and trying to do this competitively are the ones that are complaining the most. And then you have the casuals jumping in and trying to backlash at us for having an opinion. I don't personally like that. I feel as if everybody could kind of be on the same page. The game isn't going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Caldera was perfect in its last season, right before Warzone 2 dropped. That took almost 4 years to give us exactly everything we needed, right? So I understand Warzone 2 is 3 seasons deep. I feel they, if the community doesn't backlash like it does, um, like it's been doing, we're not gonna get anywhere for real. Like I just don't. I don't feel as if there's any saving the game anymore. Like I said, I feel like the community is fed up. I think we've had enough. We're tired of them not listening to us, or you know, them saying one thing and doing another. Um, and with that, to be honest with you, I just don't feel the need to make content for it anymore. But with Carlton, I'm gonna pass it on to him. Carlton is in a totally different direction. He's in a totally different direction, and I don't necessarily say he's like fully in that direction. I know he's split. Like I know there's a lot of things that he doesn't like about the game. There's a lot of things that he does like. But tell me how you can consistently deal with what you're dealing with.
Yeah, that's man. Trust me, bro. That's it's rough, bro. It's rough because you got to think about it. When I first started, you know, when I first, not even when I first started, when I first heard, there was no slide cancel, no bunny hop, and no what else, whatever it's saying, no,
No bunny hopping, no slide canceling,
uh,
and
no stim glitch.
yeah,
He said,
and then
"Hey,
tax sprint uh doesn't um you have to like your tax sprint doesn't reload basically
yeah, yeah, yeah." So
or
like pretty much everything,
regain. Sorry.
yeah. So pretty much everything that like, you know, you know, taking the finesse away. So once I heard that, I was like, damn, like I might be chopped. Like I might not even be able to play this shit, this new shit. You know what I mean? Because you had to think about it. Like I was one of those guys that, when it came to like when the rebirth and shit, like I was real. I took pride in like the movement. Sometimes that helped me win a lot of gun battles.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hit the little stamp. Finessing with the, whatnot. So I was like, damn, like
We'll call it a skill gap. How about
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that?
skill gap, yeah. So I was playing rebirth to the last fucking day. I was that scared, bro. I was like I remember everybody had my own for two. I
I
think
just
what
don't.
that was,
I
when did
don't.
it come out? 2 weeks before Warzone came out. When did it come out?
So Call of Duty dropped October, and then Warzone 2 I think dropped late November, early December. Or no,
Yeah,
no, no,
so
no, no. Sorry. It came out next and this year. It came out I think January. I could be
yeah,
wrong. It's either the dead end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. I can't.
of what what
Of Warzone 2. That's like when it started. Modern Warfare 2 came out, and I think we had it for like 2 months, and then we
was
got
it? Two
Warzone
months
2.
before? Was it 2 months? God damn.
Yeah, because originally it was supposed to come out, and then they delayed it. I can't. I'm pretty sure. I
I
could be
just
wrong.
know
Don't quote me.
Warzone 2 came out November 16th, and
It came out November 16th.
yeah, I'm
Okay, so
exact date.
that's when
Yeah.
Warzone. So Warzone came out like a month later than after Modern Warfare 2 did.
Okay, so it's like a month. So like yeah, so that long for that time period, all y'all was living, everybody's living guns, shit like that. I was still playing Reaper. I was like, man, I
Oh,
don't want to.
it was hard to get you on Modern Warfare 2. It was
Yeah, it was
hard.
hard. I was scared. I was
Oh,
scared.
I
I'm like,
understand,
damn.
bro.
Yeah, I was like,
It's a whole different change.
because you got them, y'all talking about OG shit, and I'm like, damn, I wasn't playing the OG Call of Duty then, so I was like, damn, I might be like, I might be in for smooth, but like, it might be in for me as far as playing Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? So I was real scared about that. And then like when I think when do you think people started hating the game when Warzone 2 came out? When do you think?
um, honestly,
'Cause
bro,
'cause I know you were vibing like the first week.
I think after the first month, I was kind of fed up. I was more or less fed up because, bro, we didn't get an update for like a month and a half almost, like almost 2 months.
Yeah,
So, we dealt with a RPK and a Fennec for a
for
month
so
and a
long.
half,
Yeah,
bro.
I think someone said, I think it was Booyah. He said someone was like 90 something days it took them to nerf the RPK.
And you
Ain't that crazy?
people need to understand like that's ridiculous.
90 days is
If you want your game to prosper and be up in this certain area that you want it in, you need to constantly update it and make it playable. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
like the RP like that meta like that first season, I felt like
RPK was,
it was tough, bro.
bro.
You got
I was having nightmares of that motherfucker, bro.
it's kind of
That was OD.
I don't know. I just don't feel like Call of Duty wants to listen to the public. They're gonna this is a whole conversation. I just feel like we're dealing with $1 billion company. They made $1 billion when Modern Warfare 2 dropped. $1 billion, Carlton. $1 billion, and
They're on that vacation. They're on that vacation after that.
that's not counting uh when the battle pass came out, when the store came
Yeah,
out, everything else. So
yeah.
you know I just don't think Call of Duty is understanding anymore. Like I don't think they care about their community anymore.
Have they even said anything after this last season update?
No, so there's a guy on Twitter. He is the creative director for Raven Software. His name's Tim, I think, something like that. Uh, like after the season update, bro, like the servers are bad, like as
Can't even
hell.
play a monster. Because every match can't even play that
You
shit.
can't even play the best part of Warzone.
Like, yeah, I
Because
can't
I
even play
like
that first
Rebirth's
match, bro.
cool. Like
Sucks.
Rebirth's cool. Rebirth is cool. It's not really like it's a
The
ratty ass.
wins don't.
It's
The wins
no
don't hit the same. They don't
the
hit the
winds
same.
don't, and it's a really ratty ass map, bro.
Ratty as hell, bro. Little Timmy in the corner, little Pre and Peter in the corner, chilling
That's
with
what
a
I'm saying,
shotgun.
bro. That's what I'm saying.
Where it's like you gotta deal with it. Crazy.
I just don't feel like the devs or anything are gonna be listening to us anymore. I strictly feel that more after all these streamers got on the call and they said everything was gonna be positive, it's moving in the right way, and all this stuff. And Call of Duty deadass dropped this update and laughed at us. They laughed. They
You said
laughed
a lot.
and went back to the bank. They
It's
bro,
just like the
like
wild thing about it is just like the tweets with Raymond Software. They haven't said anything about the people that have
no,
hit the
and
bank.
they have not done that all year,
They
bro.
talking about battle passes and shit. Like what?
Like
What?
I will say Raven Software um did do some like key updates. Like they added more buys. They
Yeah.
made it to where you can get your guns out of the buy. Stuff like that.
One thing I will, one thing I will admit, they were kind of going in a. I say like,
they had a great direction.
yeah.
It it was all positive. Like I was
So
like,
remember when they
okay,
added the? Remember when you couldn't add place and run at the same
yep,
time?
yep.
So when they added that, I was like, okay, they might, they finally listen to us. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
What we got to say. So felt like they were still going in a good direction. So I will admit they did improve that. If they didn't have that to where we can't, play and run, like I'll probably be off this shit. I feel like a lot of people would have already been off it than what they are now.
Well,
But
we
so
can
they were listening a little bit, but
we
you
we
know,
can talk about that as well. Call of Duty's
yeah,
lost 87% of their player base on Steam, brother.
yeah, it's
80,
crazy.
87. So you're
Let me
telling
see.
me only 13% of that player base is playing now? That's a really bad number. That's just a bad
It's,
look, bro. It's a
it's crazy
terrible
because
look.
like it's one of and the biggest thing is like when the lockdown happened and everything like that, bro. Warzone had so much exposure and clout at the time
Well,
compared to what it is now. So it's
we're
like
and
it's
and
crazy how
I think
they went from the number one game to like them sinking. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think it's mostly um how do I explain it? So Warzone 1, we all want Warzone 1 back, right? Everybody would love to play on Verdansk. They all say.
Yeah,
So let's be real. I think everybody wants that nostalgia back. Everybody
yeah.
during the
I was
pandemic
trying to.
and everything,
I was
bro.
trying.
You would get home from work and you're on it.
Yeah,
You're vibing, you're grinding, whatever. I don't think I really ever had a bad day on Warzone 1 except when I was you know, I'm fucking 6 hours deep on a stream. I have a headache. Like I'm over the game. You know what I mean? Um, and I just feel like peak Warzone 1 is something we'll never get again. You know what I mean?
that's one thing I was trying to say. Like I have, I was telling people back that before Warzone 2 came out. I was like, bro, this game's gonna be ass, bro. Like it was all it was catering to the old OG card, and so I'm like, all right, man, y'all gonna see, man.
Well,
And
the
actually,
only
to be honest, the way they were hyping it up, you would, you know, the way they were hyping it as if Warzone 2 was gonna be better than Warzone 1. So I
hmm
feel like a lot of people were thinking that, but and to me, when I heard the mechanics were going away, I'm like, how the fuck is that even possible? You know, where's the skill gap gonna be? It was my mindset.
my thing is how do you fumble a bag like that? You know what I mean? Like I'm
You
being
know,
dead.
it's,
I'm being dead ass.
I mean, what was
Or
your thoughts
like
going?
Warzone.
Listen. So, what was your thoughts going into Warzone 2 that they were taking away the mechanics, the slide cancel, the bunny hat? What was your thoughts on that?
So I was an OG COD player. Like
Yeah,
I've played Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2. I played multiplayer since Call of Duty 4. I think Advanced Warfare is the worst Call of Duty game I've ever played in my life. I think Black Ops 4 is dog shit. Black Ops 3 is all right. I think the best. We'll leave
that'd
that.
be okay.
We'll leave that for the end. We'll leave that for the end. But I think I didn't really have a lot of expectations. Like I try when it comes to Call of Duty, I don't want to have any expectations because realistically, if you have expectations, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. You're gonna
Yeah,
be pissed
get
off.
disappointed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I didn't really have like a huge um hype. Like I was excited for a new Call of Duty game. I was like, okay, like Modern Warfare 2 is something you can't fuck up. Vanguard was horrible, right? Like Vanguard was just absolutely terrible. I did not like Vanguard. Whatever. Modern Warfare 2 had all this hype around it. I love the Modern Warfare story. That's what I really like about Modern Warfare the most. Like I love Captain Price, I love Gaz, I love Soap and all them. Like that's what I grew up on. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So to see these characters again is great. Like I played the story when right before like if you pre-ordered it, you got to play the story like 2 weeks before the multiplayer came out. So I
yeah,
played the story on stream and it was one of the funnest single players I've ever played from Call of Duty. Like I
yeah,
genuinely enjoyed it. The story's good, and I know they're gonna build off of it and go from there. I just feel as if I think Call of Duty thought reverting back to old mechanics would do well with the
uh-huh,
community. And
yeah,
I think people underestimated how bad this game was going to be.
yeah.
The only good thing about Call of Duty right now, in my opinion, is ranked. Like ranked is really fun to
Yeah,
play.
Rain getting a lot of hype for sure, for sure,
Um,
for sure.
the thing about Call of Duty, like the whole game doesn't suck. Like it just doesn't. Like the guns are really fun to use. Like Infinity Ward has a really good. They do a really good job of gun mechanics. Like they make the gun feel good. They make the gun play feel good, and you just kind of go. you kind of you can't just go off that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It can't. Like I understand it's an FPS and you're gonna be shooting guns the entire time, but that can't be the only good thing about the game. You know what I
right.
mean?
I will admit they have made a little bit of because you gotta think about I put what first month I think I put close to 200 hours in first month of November.
Hmm.
So I can tell like the movement they did make a little adjustments to the movement, but it's very
Honestly,
small. But
if
I've noticed they've made a little adjustments to the movement, like
mhm.
as in like I can move a little bit. It's a little more like fluid to it, but it's not as like what we thought it was gonna be. But me who
I
plays the game every single day nonstop, I can tell a little bit what
right,
it made a little bit of adjustment, but it's not to where you can tell a whole lot.
it's
You have
like
to play the game a whole lot to be able to
yeah.
see the.
When I played it after the update, it don't like I know they said they upped the movement speed and everything. It literally it it
It's
was
like a
like
point now.
it was like at one. It was like at
Yeah,
one, and they moved it to 1.5, and
yeah,
it didn't do
yeah,
it didn't do
yeah,
anything. Like it's the
yeah,
most. If you don't play it enough, you will not notice it. But if you
yeah,
play it
yeah,
enough,
exactly.
you notice it. You're
That's
like
the only why I was saying
they're
I could tell.
like you can notice the movement, but realistically, there's not a lot
It
of
wasn't it
difference.
wasn't like a big notice, man.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
we'll go to the your next category you had whatever after a while, but
I
we don't
just
want keep talking about this all day.
I just feel like COD it it can improve, but the question at the end of the
He
day
said
is,
cough MP7.
will he
Yeah,
said
MP still hit man.
he said will it? It can improve, but the question at the end of the day is, will it improve? And I
Yeah.
don't think it will.
Yeah, and I feel like what helps me now is like the motivation now is just you know just really just for the community like it's still trying to yeah we're in a terrible spot right now but like keep growing to keep you know really just coming up with the content for the really just the community. I feel like the
Hmm.
community is what motivates me each and every day. I want to say more so the game, but just the community. You know what I mean? But I am also excited for Warzone Rank to come out, so I will be grinding on that. But if Warzone Rank probably wasn't coming out, I probably wouldn't have as much motivation to play the game.
That's
You
fair.
know what I mean? But and that's probably where I probably admit that.
That's valid.
But
Um,
we don't know when that's even coming out. So
it's supposed to come out mid-season. That's what they said.
yeah,
So they're supposed to have a mid-season update. Obviously, I'm not gonna be there for it,
yeah.
but we'll go into this topic. How did you get into gaming?
How did I get into gaming?
Hmm.
Sheesh, it's crazy because like I don't know if you remember.
I remember you playing Black Ops 3 when you lived in
So Black
OP.
Ops 2 was like my first one I ever played. I played a little bit of that, and when did Black Ops 2 come out? 2015.
It's either
I was like
2015 or 2016.
so so growing up, I played Madden, 2K. That was really about it,
Hmm.
and uh, I didn't really get to enjoy the childhood of like gaming. You know what I mean? Like as in like going home off of like school being over with, going home, hop on the sticks with the boys. Like I didn't get I
The
was with my
luxury of
grandparents.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was with my grandparents. My grandpa was military, so he's like, you ain't getting on no damn game. Just go do the damn dishes or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like or like homework
Go
or
play outside.
yeah, some shit like that. Like he hated when I was on the game. I had to sneak to play the game.
I'm
You can
crying.
ask my brother, bro. We had to sneak to play the damn game. He
That's
wanted to go play
hilarious.
Madden. We had to sneak to go do that shit. So it's like I didn't really get to enjoy like how you were saying back then as a kid, you got to play Call of Duty and you have all the memories with the guys and shit
Hmm.
like that. I didn't really have the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa was military, so all through high school, I didn't really get to play a lot. Out of college, I didn't really start playing. I started watching them when I got to college. I started
Right.
watching. We all know Headshots.
Hmm.
Headshots I always used to play. I think it was Advanced Warfare. The game you don't like. It was Advanced
That
Warfare.
game is
That
one of the
man, bro,
worst.
he loved, bro.
That's
That man loved that
one
game,
of
bro.
the worst Call of Duties I've ever played in my life.
That man, bro, he was playing it nonstop. Right then, I started watching it a little bit. I was like, no, this kind of look cool. Like,
Hmm.
what's this? So like, and he used to just, he tell me what he was doing and shit like that. And then when did Advanced Warfare come out?
So Advanced Warfare, no, that was Infinite Warfare. So Advanced Warfare came out right before Infinite Warfare, I think. It was either right after
What year?
Ghosts.
What year was that?
So Ghosts was, I think it was like 2013, 2014.
2013, 2014. So yeah, okay. So and then when did BO3 come out?
I think 2015 or 2016.
Okay, so I used to watch. That sounds about right because like 2014, I used to watch Headshots play Advanced
Hmm.
Warfare. You know, come over from
I
college,
don't,
whatever.
I don't know how he played that. That shit was ass.
And then I think summer going to 2015 or whenever that came out. I think I got a PS4, and I started playing BO3, grinded out. Prestige, all that. So BO3 really was like my first one,
Hmm.
and then I stopped after that. What was after BO3? I think it was BO4.
No, it was World War II.
Okay, so I
World
think I
War
played a
and
little bit of
what's
that.
crazy is World War II was not a bad game. It's just that the devs dead ass like after like
Yeah,
2 or 3 months just disappeared, bro. Like
yeah,
they didn't do anything with the game after that.
yeah.
It's
So I
actually
played a little.
the most wild shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so I played a little bit of that. And I was like, no, fuck this. They got rid of the jetpack. I'm out. Started just working all the time. You know what I'm saying? That was when I was working at, I think, the DC at the
Hmm.
time. So I was just working. I never really had time. I think I sold my PS4, all that. So from like 20, you said when did World War II come out? 2016, 2017?
Like 17, I think.
Yeah, 17. And then I had like a girlfriend at the time. So I was just working and, working girlfriend, how the lifestyle of that, working
Hmm.
girlfriend. Like, you really got time for no video games, shit like that. So 17 all the way till when COVID came out was 2020, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
That's
from
when
then to
that's when me and you were living together.
yeah, so like it's crazy, bro, because like during that time that her, 2016 to 2020, I wasn't playing no video games. I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I was,
Just
I had a
vibing.
girlfriend. Had a girlfriend, like, you know what I'm saying? We over time we were getting
He,
married
he,
together
he
and shit
was
like
he
that.
was doing
Yeah.
some
Do-
manly type activities,
Doing what
chat.
every man's trying to do in life, you know what I'm saying? Have a family, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right.
literally what I was, grinding for, you know what I'm saying? I had like a 21 and 20 in DC, I was working 21 an hour, some shit like that.
Hmm.
So I was just like focusing on us. And then we broke up, and then I started working at Walgreens, and that's how I met the only Black Jedi.
Hmm.
COVID happened, and you remember when we were living together, I was partying every weekend, like every single
Yeah,
weekend. I'm at the club, you know what I'm saying? I'm at
you
the Westport, Kansas City Prime, like I'm at all that every single weekend, every single
you would
weekend.
watch me play games though. You were real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
You
like,
started to get more interested in it.
yeah, but like when the first lockdown happened, I'm like, damn, what the fuck I'm gonna do on the weekends now? I ain't got shit to do.
Right.
Can't go to the club, can't go to the bar and shit. So I was like, fuck, I'm rock. Like what the fuck?
So I'm finna be
I was
bored.
like, you tell me no bars? Like shit, the fuck?
You go to the
Cause you gotta
fit.
think about it.
You go to the fishing dock.
Yeah, cause you gotta think about it. Monday through Friday. We all drag. Working and
Hmm.
it sucks. So it's like we're living for the weekend. So that was my mindset, just living for the weekend. And then the lockdown happened, and then you told me you should get a PS4, and I got the PS4. Didn't really fuck with um, Warzone at the time. Like the first couple days, I didn't really like it, and then I was like, damn, this shit kind of fun. And then that's when at the time Warzone had the biggest hype ever at that time. And then
That's
me and you
that.
was grinding every
It,
single day, bro. I'd be at work thinking about Warzone and shit. On the PS4, I had a PS4, man. Like
a
shit's crazy.
PS4, a PS4,
On a big
guys,
ass
with a
55-inch TV. Happy as hell. Happy as hell.
chat. I just think they're that peak Warzone one. You you didn't even have to ask your friends if they was gonna be on. You knew they was gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't playing nothing else. Like I
And
think
then
I think
you
Warzone
said,
one had like a huge player count after like the first or second month after COVID happened, bro.
yeah,
Because I think did they drop it during COVID or was it right before COVID?
I don't know. I
I
don't
think it
know.
was because it dropped on March 10th. It was right before COVID because COVID happened in my birthday year on 2020. I remember that. Remember
Right.
that.
And then would you want to? I think you was gonna say your turn
Yep,
whenever you
yep,
started.
yep. So, I got into gaming when I was actually really young. So when I was like 5, I think my dad bought a PS1, and I remember playing Madden. It was Madden
Eesh.
99. It's like Madden 99 or Madden 2000. And I just remember playing with my dad. And then we played like PGA Tour 99 and stuff like that. And I played one of my favorite games when I had that PS1 was called Driver. It's a very old game, very simple, but I love that game. It was one of my favorite games. And then the Nintendo 64 came out. So I never actually had the Nintendo 64, but my grandparents had one at their house that I played every time I went over there. The Legend of Zelda is one of the best games I've ever fucking played in my life. If I had a Nintendo 64, I'd play that shit every day if I wanted to.
Yeah, I played Zelda on the Nintendo DS, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that.
bro.
Game Boy.
So all the consoles I really had. So I had a PS1, an Xbox One, 64, a Game Boy, a PSP, a Nintendo DS, and then an Xbox 360 and a PS3. And then I went from the Xbox 360 to the PS4. I sold my PlayStation 3, and then I went from PS4 to next gen Xbox, and then I went from next gen Xbox to PC. I've gamed ever since I was a kid. I love video games. It's definitely a way for me to get away from the stress and everything. And streaming just became a part of my life, and I love it. Gaming has meant a lot to me growing up, so it has a special place in my heart, man. I think it always will, for real. Like I don't see a lot of negatives in gaming because like when I was a kid, bro, on Modern Warfare 2, I had Toby come to my house and watch me play it online. And this is when you didn't really need good internet. You didn't really need um, like a monitor. Like nobody was really on PC out at the time. It was really just like console gaming. And when I tell you peak Modern Warfare 2, bro, was just something different. Like I got Toby to get an Xbox. He got online gaming. Hunter Leafham got an Xbox, got online gaming. Shay Osborne did the same thing. I got all my friends to get a console and start gaming online. Um,
Yeah,
so
I was one of them too. I was one of them too.
yeah, gaming has just meant so much to me growing up
If it
as a.
wasn't for you, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't even got a PS4.
I swear.
Wouldn't even got that motherfucker. Wouldn't
Um,
even started.
so we'll go into how do you think gaming slash streaming has benefited you as a person?
Man, it's crazy, man. A lot, a whole lot. I feel like the in life sometimes like you struggle with trying to find like a purpose sometimes,
Hmm.
or like your why, like why why you,
Why you do things every day?
yeah. And it's like I remember at that time wherein you know, uh, I'll say, I'll say before MMA, I didn't really have no, why. And then when I started getting MMA, then I started having the why. And then, when I was coming my last, loss, whatever, I was like, I don't know what I want to do anymore. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then COVID happened, and then I got the PlayStation, and then I started getting to that, and then I was introduced to streaming, and I was like, damn, like now I know what my why is. Now I know
Did
what
I did
my
I
purpose.
introduce you to streaming? Did you just
No,
always watch?
Brady did.
Oh,
Brady
okay.
did.
Okay.
Brady was yeah, he was trying to get me and you into it,
Yep.
and I was like, I don't know
Shout
about
out
all
to
that
Annex,
shit.
man. Shout out to
Yeah, I
Annex.
was like, I don't know about all that shit. Like me streaming, like I don't know about all that. Like me being on the camera, you know what I'm saying? Like I was
Mhm.
like, oh, that's a little too much. Because you got to think about it. Like I'm so used to it now, but like for some people, I can. Before I never understood it, but like because I've done it for so long. But now when someone says they're not comfortable with a camera, I'm like, okay, I can like I get why because like you're throwing yourself out there.
Right.
Like I feel like the first when I first started, it was kind of you feel like I was first. I don't know if you remember how far back when I first started streaming. Like, did you feel like I was nervous in the beginning? I feel like everybody was nervous in the beginning.
Um, I don't think you were. I think you got comfortable behind the camera fairly fast.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
And that,
there were like at first. I think everybody's nervous at first.
yeah.
You know.
So now when I hear people say they don't want to be in the camera shit, I get that respect that because
Oh
you
yeah.
are doing stuff out there. You are exposing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to think about it. If if they're watching you, so like it's either they like you or don't like you.
Yep.
You know, you can say one thing
And
wrong, and next thing
and
you know,
and
either they,
real. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, no, what were you saying?
Realistically, the internet is a cruel
Yeah,
place, bro.
yeah. So that's why I really try to watch what the fuck be saying and shit on here too.
Hmm.
But yeah. So when I got to stream, that's really what I'm like. Then I start building up the community because it's
Hmm.
after a while when you first stream, you don't really have no community when you first 2 or 3
Right.
months.
Yep. It's mostly
You don't
like your
really,
close friends.
I didn't really start getting the community till like
It's kind of
maybe
like the
250 followers.
like the end of like around the end of Warzone 1, like when it was getting near the end. It was like
What?
I feel like it's when your community started really kicking up is when it was like it wasn't Verdansk, but it was
Are you
right.
talking about for me?
Yes, it was like right.
Yeah,
It was right at the end of Verdansk, right before Caldera.
yeah. Because right towards the end of the dance is when I started getting good. Like
Hmm.
when I first started, I was ass. I was playing a big ass 55
Man,
inch TV,
if I
sniping on
had if I had a PC during peak Verdansk, I would
bro.
have been different.
Bro, Chad, I wouldn't say I thought I was good. I just having fun. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah,
Getting off work, go play. It wasn't to me. It wasn't about being good. It was just like, yo, I'm having fun. Like it's fun as shit. I remember when I first started. I remember I used to have that. I think it was an AX-50 sniper. All of us were like, yo, let's go to the roof. We go to the roof. Find the tallest building in Verdansk. I think it was the city or some
it's
downtown.
downtown, bro.
I was like, bro, we going downtown, bro. Let's get this shit popping around. We going to the highest building. We
It's
slapping
staying.
everybody head off.
We staying up there. We're staying up there.
We ain't getting no full kills, but fuck the full kills. As long as we get the down, we feel good about ourselves.
Chat. I
I
think
still
one
got
of
down on
the
my down though.
I think one of my favorite memories is the game that Jet lagged out of, and we got a duo trio win, and I filmed it on my blue
I had a
ass
55 inch
TV,
TV.
bro.
You did film that shit.
Oh my god,
Bro, chat,
man.
we was in a blender.
It was
We was in a blender.
I just don't I just there's I have nothing but good memories on that game. Even though there was a lot of ups and downs for a little bit there, it was really fun. Warzone 1 was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so like at the time I was just having fun. Didn't even think about being wanting to be good or wanting to stream. It's just like because you got to think about when you're playing the video games, like you get your mind off reality, you having fun with the
Yep,
guys and shit
yep.
like that. So at that time, that's really what it was. And then towards the end of our dance is when I think I
Started taking it a
I
little bit
think I
more
got it.
seriously.
Yeah, a little more seriously. And then it's crazy how life works out, but it's weird, bro. It's weird as shit.
It's definitely.
Weird.
I remember when you first got into it. After I could tell you started to like it when you started texting me about it. Like
What was I saying? What was I saying?
like you'd be like Warzone when we get home. I'd be like, oh yeah, you already know. And I'd be ready to go as soon as you got in the door, bro.
Yeah, and then
We'd eat dinner and we'd hop on the game, and we'd be on
yeah.
there for hours, bro, hours.
I remember when we first got into our first organization. We was in an organization called Annex.
Shout out to Annex, man.
Uh, I see you. I see you, Cole. I can't be talking to chat, man. I'm trying to tap in the podcast. Can y'all not hear me?
They can hear
They
you,
not.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they can hear you. They can hear you. He said, "Man, Smooth, do you not see me? I see you, bro." But what was I saying? Okay, so at the time, y'all, me and Rival, we were in an organization called Annex. I remember when we first joined Annex, everybody else was, putting content out there. We were the only ones we weren't doing none of that shit. We were like,
We were just in
we,
there.
we pretty much got an Annex, not even streaming or nothing. We was just playing on 55-inch TV. We were so damn excited, bro. I was like, yeah, we're Annex, like. Even though like we weren't doing no content like that, so it's like I feel like once when we got in that organization, that's what made me okay. I started taking that shit kind of seriously,
Hmm.
putting content out, shit like that. And so shout out to Dennis for
Hey man,
giving that the
you
opportunity.
guys gotta understand, man. That Archie internet is not good, so we couldn't stream whatsoever.
Yeah, so we were playing, bro.
This man Carlton was playing on a hotspot for like a whole
Yo,
6 months,
chill,
chat. A
chill,
whole 6 months, chat.
chill. That's crazy.
I was playing on it with him. That shit
Child's
was
on a
crazy.
hotspot, PS4 hotspot, man. Putting dudes down, man.
It's something crazy.
He said the hotspot. I'm weak as hell. Oh my god. Forgot all about that shit.
I think gaming and streaming for me, how it's benefited me. At first when I started streaming, I did not know
They said the
how
hotspot.
how I'd feel about being on camera because I've
What you
never
mean? You said what? You said
like
what?
when I first started streaming, I didn't really know how I'd feel about being on camera because I've always struggled like with like like a body issue. Like I've never really enjoyed what I saw in the mirror. Um, but when I started streaming, I was really nervous at first, but then it started coming really naturally. Like it started just to become like I'm talk. It's basically I'm talking to myself, or
Uh,
you like that's really what streaming is about at first, because you obviously have no community at first. So you're talking to
yeah.
yourself, like you're talking to nobody most of the time. Um, but I think it's benefited me. I've become more confident. I can talk to people a little bit easier. Now I still can't really talk to newer people all that great, but I don't know. I just feel like I have a sense of confidence that I didn't have before. Um,
No, I see that out of you too, because I remember at that time, when we were living together, whatever. You were more. I think very, obviously introverted. So like, I didn't think you would be doing this well with the camera. Should it be sometimes like when I tap into you and shit, it's like well in the beginning, you just something like you. I feel like you were more comfortable than I was. I'm like, damn, like
it
that's
it
crazy.
it
Like
it,
it
it
was dope
came
seeing that.
it came to me a little bit faster.
No,
I
it was
thought.
dope seeing that, bro. Like it was dope seeing that. And I was like, damn, like you know, this is him. Like
Hmm.
this is for him. Like it's your why, whatever. Like I could really see, you really enjoying this, and then it just went from there. Man.
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, because
Um,
you got to think about it. Like not a lot of introverts
can do
will
this.
can be cool behind a camera. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Like a camera. Like
you gotta. It took me like, bro. I'll tell you what. I've never told anybody this, so this is gonna be on a podcast. I remember I remember my first stream on my next gen series Xbox, and I had just bought like a $30 camera. I played Warzone. I was playing Warzone one with Brady and I think it was Joe. And the camera looked like shit. The fucking the camera, like you could see my living room, and I had nothing in my living room because I was still moving in. Uh, it's definitely.
when did you first start streaming? Where were you at when you first started streaming?
I started streaming when I moved here. When I moved to my new apartment.
Oh, the Grammy. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I remember. I think you started a little. How many months do you think you started after I did?
it was almost like 6 or 7. It was a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think it was.
and I it's really funny because I just feel like gaming has so many benefits,
It does.
and so does streaming. Like streaming, when you stream, even though you know you may have a low audience sometimes, or maybe it's just you. Like I don't do this. I don't stream to work. Like I don't treat it as a job. Not anymore. For a while there, I was really inconsistent with my streams and stuff like that, and I was treating it as a job, and I didn't really like it anymore for a while. So that's why I was really distant from it. And now I am treating it as something fun. It's a hobby. If it grows into a job, I look forward to that. Is that the dream? Yes. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and make myself feel bad for not streaming. You know what I mean? But I also want to enjoy what I'm doing. And
Exactly. Fact.
um, I just feel like there's so many benefits. Like you meet new people. You know,
Yes.
the COD community is a little rough, but you know, there's some nice people out there that you link with if you play random
Oh yeah, it's
squads.
a
And
lot of. I wouldn't even say the car community even rough. Like I've met a lot of cool ass people in Call of
see,
Duty.
you've
Like
gotten lucky. There's a lot of people that are not nice. You
it
know,
was
there's a
like I haven't
yeah.
even ran. I can't even remember one encounter of me running to somebody that. I mean, obviously, you got people coming to trap in time like you end up
Mhm.
killing or whatever. But I'm talking
Which
about as
I
far
don't
as
see the point in. Why did
yeah, that's
you invested all that time
I did it one
to
time.
open your phone, look up
I
my
ain't gonna
name,
cap.
say something in my chat, and leave?
I ain't gonna cap. I did it one time because it was a streamer and he was over there. Remember at Rebirth? He was over at fucking security on a damn roof from security.
Yep.
And I
And
seen
you're
he
just
had TV in
sniping.
his name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so
sniping.
like I was so mad. I was like, no, I'm going to this chat. Fuck that. And I went in the chat. I was like, how you gonna be streaming and
And
you in the
camping.
damn roof in
Yeah,
security? And then guess what? Shout out DJ Moss. That's DJ Moss. Ain't that funny?
that's funny.
That's DJ Moss. Now me and DJ Moss are cool. Like it's crazy how like we went from that little encounter to me being cool. And after that day, I was like, no, I ain't never doing no shit like that. Even though I only did that one time, I was like, I ain't never gonna hop in someone else's chat with weird energy just because they killed me.
Oh yeah.
So like that happens.
It's just effort you don't
It's a
need to
game.
put
It's a
into.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a game.
At the end of the day, man, like we're all human, and
Yeah. So like,
and you know,
I don't be on that shit.
to go into like more into that, or to have something go along with it. Where do you feel like gaming is going? How do you feel about where it is going?
Man, I feel like now, bro, it's crazy because like obviously back then I wasn't playing like that, but
Hmm.
I remember I remember hearing people that were gaming, like they were like the nerds or like they were like weird for gaming. So this is when I was I was I played sports my whole life, so
Hmm.
like when I was hearing that, I used to hear that shit all the time. I wouldn't say I used to think that because I always just like let people do what they want to do. But like I used to hear people that did game used to get made fun of for gaming. So I feel like now it's more, it's bigger than it's ever been. You know,
it's more
like parents cool with it now.
I think it's more you can actually do something in it, so that's why people kind of care about it a little
Yeah, like it's crazy how much love I get, in Kansas City with me doing the streaming shit.
bit.
And it's weird because it's a game. Like I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's like who would have thought that, 10 years ago that like, people be so supportive of someone playing a game and
Yep.
like with a good what you call it, some doing something positive.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I feel like now like people are starting to see that parents now are even letting their kids, play
Play
the game
games and stuff. Yeah.
because they know the future of it, what it possibly could be for that kid. You know what I mean? Like kids are like,
There's
what's his
there.
name? Little Rowdy Rogan. How old is he? He making killing on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And it's
I
just
talking
like
about the little 8-year-old that plays Call of Duty with his
is
pops.
his name like Rowdy Rogan or some shit like that?
Yeah, bro, that kid's a little
Yeah,
demon, bro.
yeah. But it's just like it's crazy that like his the parents are just supportive. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? That's dope to see. So like I feel like now gaming is more accepted than it's ever been for sure. But I feel like you could talk about that more because you play longer than I have as far as like Call of
Ga-
Duty or
gaming
gaming in general.
gaming in general has come really far. So, all right, games used to be like there was at one point it was just a joystick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And now
yeah,
and
yeah,
now we have fully immersed VR. Like you can
yeah,
immerse yourself with a headset. You can wear sensors on your hands and your feet, and do that.
yeah,
I think gaming has it's becoming more of an acceptable uh topic. It's becoming more of an acceptable job, but because there's people out here making millions of dollars.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
I mean, Swag made what fours on the 30. Should crazy Tim's that man killing it.
you know, and
Doing
they
all that,
and
man.
those big guys they signed contracts
Yeah,
to
NBA
streaming
contracts
services.
are crazy.
Like that's unheard of. So
But my
I never really heard of streaming until uh like 2015, 2016, like right when I was ending my high school career. I uh but I always watched YouTube when I was a kid. I watched YouTube growing up. I watched YouTube when it first came out.
yeah,
That shit was crazy. That was a really big deal. And then uh I watched there's a, it was a they streamed, but I didn't know it. I didn't even know what it was. So I watched KYR Speedy. Basically, I do work, and then I watched Markiplier when I was a kid, and I watched those guys growing up, and it's crazy to see like how content's changed, it, I hate saying it, but how oversaturated it's got.
for sure.
There's
Crazy.
and it's unfortunate because there's a lot of good apples in the gaming world, and there's a lot of good apples in the streaming world, but I feel like there's more bad than good. Because realistically, at the end of the day, it's
Streamer
oversaturated.
world.
Yes, it's oversaturated because people see it as a way of making money. So when they aren't making money, they become an asshole, and then
Yeah,
they're not fun to watch, and etc. And at the end of the day, you can't treat this like a job. You can't treat it like you just want money out of it. That
yeah. That's what I was
that's
saying about
just
chat yesterday.
that's just a blessing. That's a part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying in my chat yesterday. I felt like I know you want to have this topic here in a bit, about the whole kick move.
Hmm.
Everybody jumping over the kick because they're paying more. I was telling my chat like, yeah, kick cool, like it do sound good, it sound nice, like you know, but as always was taught growing up, the grass ain't green on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Not
Right.
saying that quick ain't gonna pop off with it, but like I'm not gonna be just so quick to jump over this because they paying me more. Like oh, like you know, 95% pay, like they let you keep 95%. I'm like, that sounds good. Like, I ain't about to just jump over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, say fuck Twitch. I'm going over there. Like, fuck the community. I'm going over there because I know some people that have already been doing that.
Hmm.
You know, I ain't about to drop no names or whatever, but it's like it makes, like you said, makes you think it's like, damn, you in it for the money type shit, or are you really doing it for the community like you say you is? So I try to like, show that I'm doing it for the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the money cool. We all want the more money and shit like that. Don't get me wrong, 95% pay sounds good, but it's like I ain't that greedy for me to just jump over there like that and saying just because I want more money. You know what I'm saying?
Money and everything. It comes and
Yeah, yeah,
goes.
yeah. But like you said, you feel like some streamers are or just greedy the way when it comes to money and shit?
I
Or
think
when it
I
comes
think
to
it, I think
trading,
it's
when it
I
comes to
think it's
trading.
more I think it's more or less they treat streaming as a job. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
you look at these big creators. So we'll just go with Kai Cenat. I don't feel every time I've watched Kai Cenat, I have never felt like I'm watching a person try to work a job. Like he
I feel
has
what you
he,
mean.
like he's having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Like
it's
he
fine
like,
for
like
sure.
he's making it. It's interactive. He's talking to his
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, yeah,
He's making it a good, fun, goofy environment. Then you
yeah,
have some of these bigger ones that I'm not going to say any names, but they just want bread, which is more power
yeah.
to you.
I know a lot of cats like that. Yeah,
More power to you. Get your bread. I'm not a person to pocket watch. I'm not a person to judge somebody for getting more money than in a different place than they are in this place.
yeah.
Um, but I don't feel like it should be something you chase for money. You know what I mean? Like
Definitely
it's
not.
a, it's
I mean,
supposed it's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have fun. If money
definitely
comes
supposed
along,
to.
that's when you can kind of start treating it like a job. But it's not really even a job. It's just your income. That's just your
Exactly.
income. If you treat it as a work, then it's going to feel like work. If you just treat it as, oh, I'm making money off of this really sick ass hobby, then I'm just going to make money off of it. It's
Yeah,
it's like a big side hustle. So I feel
yeah.
like I feel like gaming and streaming it's really good. Like there's a lot of great things about gaming. I think before me and you are off the planet, like when we're gone, I think at some point we're gonna have fully immersive gaming. I feel like we will be able to put ourselves in video games and be able to control the person, etc. Or we'll have fully immersive VR where say you put a headset on, you put gloves on, you put a suit and some feet things and you're in a game. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it'll get to that point because gaming what's crazy is gaming has grown rapidly. Not like every year is different. It's like every 6 months there's something
Yeah.
new. You know what I'm saying? Like
And I wouldn't even, and like for me, for instance, like I wouldn't even consider myself really a gamer. Like I still tell people I'm a content creator.
right.
'Cause now I'm doing like the YouTube, and it's just to me, it's about content. Like yeah, I'm competitively, I'm saying, like I'm competitive. Like I'm trying to be the best in the world. Like that's each and every day when I'm playing, I'm trying to be the best. That's what a lot of people get it twisted. Like when I stream, like I'm locked in. Like sometimes I'm not even talking to the chat. Like I'm so locked in what the fuck I'm doing. Because I'm trying to be the best. So like I feel like some people hop up on there, they just worry about the bread and shit, which is cool, you know. But it's like if that's your main focus, is like you're gonna fuck up.
You're
You know
gonna
what I'm saying?
hate
So
it. You're going to
yeah, so
hate it.
that's why when I'm playing, I'm not even thinking about the bread. I'm like, yeah, the bread gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
it has been. So it's like you know, I feel like when you're focusing on the right shit, what I'm saying, you're gonna see, the fruits of the labor. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing that, so it's been cool. But when you making it, all about like, money, it ain't gonna work out. That's what life in general. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you can't chase money forever.
Yeah. But what
Even
was the other
even
topic
even
you
even
wanna?
even if you uh have came from a low income
Yeah.
family, money ain't everything, bro. My parents, bro, my mom put food on the table working 2 jobs, man. So my mom did everything for me that she could. So I
Yeah.
respect people. Like I said, I don't have any issue with people chasing bread, bro.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's the best way to treat
Nah,
this
definitely not.
hobby.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Um, so
Definitely not.
uh, the the biggest topic of this podcast, man,
What's
oh
that? What's
man.
that? Talk to me.
So we're gonna talk about
It's cool. It ain't war zone. Why you got all of that?
we're gonna talk about Twitch with a green
Okay,
app
yeah.
with a green app. So I stream on both currently. I stream on both every time I stream. I'm only streaming on the green app because I want to see where it can go. If it can go up, great. If it goes nowhere, great. If it goes down, whatever. Um, Twitch is where I'm gonna be for a good period of time. I enjoy streaming on both. I believe the green app has some things they need to change to make it
He said the
more
green up.
of a healthier place to stream because they don't have terms of service, so their rules are very
I was telling about
minimum.
that like yesterday.
They're very minimum. With Twitch, the only thing I have an issue with when it comes to Twitch, and I love Twitch, I've loved streaming on here. Um, you can get banned for the smallest things possible.
You can't even talk on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta be talking that.
What's crazy is we can't. You know what I mean? Like we can't talk about it.
No, I'm
Like
saying like my was at that time. Like I was doing dumb shit. You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
it's just it's wild because Kick has potential.
Are they more like lenient?
They're very lenient. So they don't have terms of service, so they don't necessarily have a lot of rules.
Mm,
Now, there are rules that are being implemented, which, you know, off rip, that shit was chalked. You could see absolutely
man.
everything and anything on there. And then they're finally dropping stuff because it was, they're adding on to it. They're making it a better product. But, um, you know, Kick has potential. Do we know how it's going to go? No. Could it be Mixer all over again? We don't know. You, it's more or less.
I'm just waiting to see what Twitch gonna say about this.
And
Like,
and that, and that's the thing. I don't.
you know,
I think Kick is going in a great way, but say, or sorry, I think Twitch is going in a great way, but realistically, if Twitch was to lose Kai Sanat, XQC,
they gonna have to do something then.
all
They
the
gonna have to,
big, all the big boys, all the people that bring in attention, viewership, all that other stuff, if they're gone, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You've lost big ass names, and they've gone to this place, this other streaming service, where they're getting paid millions of dollars,
is it Aiden
millions.
over there? Is it Aiden over
Yes,
there?
he's there for 2 years on $150 million. That's a fucking that's an NBA contract.
Yeah, that man making a bag.
You know, I think I think both
Yeah,
are I think both are in good standing. I don't think Kick is going to be a Twitch killer. I think Twitch will always be around. If you want my personal opinion, I think YouTube is going to be the one that takes everybody down
I can see that for
because
sure.
I feel like YouTube is constantly getting bigger. They're adding streaming services. They have TV.
Been
Like
been irrelevant for so long.
yes, they've been
Middle,
around since I was fucking 7 years old, dude.
I remember at middle school, like I was watching YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah.
watching little Kimbo Slice fights or whatever.
I just
Like it's been relevant for so damn long, bro. It's
I just
crazy.
I don't think any of these streaming services are gonna die out. I think
No,
people will stream on both, but I do eventually feel like YouTube is going to be the one that takes over everything.
I can see that for sure, for sure, for sure. That's why I'm trying to get the foundation on it now, getting the YouTube channel going now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I feel like every single day when I'm streaming, I'm thinking content. I'm thinking YouTube content. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I'm not
Trying to
even
get
really
trying to
worried.
get that YouTube vid.
Yeah, trying to get a YouTube vid. So that's another thing too. Like my motivation every day when I'm streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you know, it's about you know, you enjoy streaming too, but I'm thinking about content so much. That's really what drives me when I'm just for the community. Because you got to think about when I drop a video, Nag, my mom's, he the first one in there every time.
That's fire. Shout out to Nag.
First one commenting on the YouTube video. I ain't talking about streaming, but the first one commenting on the YouTube video. So
Shout
like
out
when
to
I see
Nag,
that,
man.
I'm like, yo, that's dope as hell. That like you getting you get people that are so excited just to watch
Oh
you know
yeah.
you you drop a video. So I
I
feel like
feel
that's
like the
what I do it for now. I mean the community, man.
yeah, I feel like the community on YouTube is a lot better too. I feel like it's more gathering. I feel like a lot of more people can gather on there, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think YouTube's ever gonna die. I don't like not while
hell,
we're
hell,
not while we're alive. No, not while
hell
we're
no.
alive.
YouTube ain't
Um.
going nowhere.
Uh. So what do you think about Twitch or Kick? Do you see yourself streaming on
It's one
Twitch?
of them things where like it's to the point where like what I'm saying you can't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? It's to the
It's
point where
there,
like it's there. So it's like I even told my Jedi about this shit. Yes, I'm like like yo gang like
and the Green app is trying to make competition with them with
yeah
Twitch.
I'm over to Jedi yesterday. I don't know if he in the chat or not, in here or not, but I was like yo download Kick because we don't know what the fuck is going on with Twitch right now. I literally told this man yesterday, like just tell him forewarning, like yo, start building your following on there now because whenever that cause I told him
Start wall, get ahead.
yeah, well I told him like for me I'm waiting for the beta to get over with to like see what's going on.
Right.
So I just told him at least download the app. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit situated. Get this started for like for the unknown. We don't know what's about to happen, but like at least get this shit now. to where like if we have to go, we got to go. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's like I told him, like, you know, it the fact that Kick's relevant right now is good for Twitch because it making Twitch like, oh shit, we got someone like
We got
that's competing with
competition.
us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's like I'm glad. By the time I wasn't really thinking about it because like I wasn't really thinking about the money, as in like I was thinking about how much off like Twitch really taking from us. You know, so I wasn't really thinking of it like that until Kick was introduced.
hmm,
And I'm like, damn, like Twitch taking hella money, like shit. I didn't think of it until like they were saying that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let me download shit just in case. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
If everybody just goes over there, but I didn't want to just jump over there just straight away. You know, because I still got a little community right here that I've
Right.
built. So, but it's good to have multi streaming platforms. You know what I mean?
I feel like if you have options, you have better chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
for
eventually
sure.
want to be able to stream on TikTok because I feel like TikTok is such a huge platform, and you
And
can
you
be
were
able.
like 200 away,
Yeah,
some shit
bro.
like that.
I'm like 291 away. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
posting on TikTok more. But
I feel you.
um, do you feel
Move
like
that shit quick.
do you feel like esports is an actual sport?
Yeah, I feel like before, nah, if you would ask me the same shit before, but hell no, like what? Gaming thing is a sport, but like, and then I start doing my research and then like seeing like the work you actually got put in, like what I'm saying, like for
Mm.
instance that dude Shotzi, bro, the fact he's doing what he's doing is crazy. Like I heard they be practicing all damn day long,
Like I
during
think it's like 14 hours. It's like a job.
yeah, that's crazy. And then he's still going out, putting content out, still
Hmm.
streaming. So I'm like, yeah,
I
that's
know his ass
definitely
is
sport,
tired.
bro. The fuck, he
I know it.
one of the hardest workers out here of all sports. Like when I see this, like you gotta
Shotzi deserves a lot of love, man.
no facts. As far as like, and I don't even play. I don't really watch a lot of CDL, but it's like just when I see the work that someone's putting in, and you can't call it you can't say it's not a sport. You know what I'm saying? So like when I see that, it's like yo, that's dope to see because I mean it's putting in mad work. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Practicing 14 hours, playing a game 14 hours nonstop with your teammates, and then you know, and then streaming on top of that afterwards for his community.
Yep.
So that's just wild.
I
I don't know if I could even do that.
I think esports is a sport. I've known about esports since I was a kid. So CDL has been a thing for a long time. I started watching CDL on Modern Warfare 3 because that's when I got really heavy into it. I love watching competitive Call of Duty. It's one of my favorite things. Even though I
I
don't
think
like the game, I really enjoy watching it. Like I enjoy watching competitive
uh,
CDL Call of Duty. There's just something about watching, like we'll just say Shotzi for another example. When he gets like a little 4 piece, and you're like, oh,
he's a little four piece.
look, you're like, oh, he's
I
teeing
mean,
up.
nasty
You know
boy.
what I'm saying? And they make the game just look easy. You know what I mean? And I think esports should be considered an actual sport because you have to practice. The grind for it is insane. You get paid for it. They're on contracts like jobs and stuff like that. They have to go to facilities and practice and stuff like that. Like it's a sport. Now I don't think we'll ever see it like in an Olympic standpoint until we're really old. Like I think they'll implement it in the Olympics unless they've already thought about doing so. Um, but I don't feel like we'll see that until we're very like pretty much older. Um,
Yeah,
do you think gaming has any negatives?
negatives.
Yes.
Like when it comes to like what?
Just gaming in general. Do you think gaming in general has any negatives to it?
I mean, I feel like for each person it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's fair.
while they're gaming, like you said, like didn't you say you felt like growing up like that was your getaway?
Yep.
You
It's
gaming
it's
shit,
and
yeah.
it still is my getaway. I fully enjoy playing video games with my friends. It is something that not that one, I get to keep up with people that I care
Yeah,
about. Two,
and it's a
I'm
vibe.
yeah, and I'm spending time with them. We're gaming, we're laughing. I just feel I don't feel like gaming has a lot of negatives. I think to
Nah,
certain
I
people,
don't think
like
so.
you said, like I think certain people make it have negatives. I will say the only real negatives is certain communities. Like the Valorant community is awful. They are some of the meanest people you'll ever meet.
For real?
Oh yeah, COD is just extremely racist, like extremely. Like let's just be honest. Like
Yeah, that's good. I really don't care for all that
I've
shit.
heard too many words that I'm not happy with.
Yeah. I
You
would
know,
say I'll say then I heard more of that shit going on than now. Now, like yeah, occasionally, someone might drop the N word or
yeah,
whatever, but it's
I
like
don't hear it
it's
as
one of them things
much.
they just saying this be saying because they no way in the hell they know with my opera that I'm black. You know what I'm saying? So like yeah, you gotta run into that shit. I mean that's everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
more.
I don't run into it a lot.
I think
That's why I can't even say that for me. I mean,
I don't think Warzone has a lot of it because they have prox chat, but
nah,
multiplayer is pretty.
off for real.
It can get rough,
Yeah,
and
shit,
it,
I don't play about this.
like there's a difference between talking shit and being a fucking bad
For
human
real.
being. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like CODs have done a lot better compared to Warzone One. I feel like Warzone One I was hearing more of that in Warzone One than I hearing it now. Like the someone dropping like the
Modern Warfare
the red.
2019 multiplayer had some of the worst lobbies I've ever heard in my life.
Jackie said what's GBG? Man, get back game, man.
No,
Come on now.
we'll get into that. It'll be quick. Uh, so the second to last topic, man, are you gonna be a gamer forever?
Sheesh. That's a good question, man. Nah, man. So you want to talk about GBG now, or like or what?
We'll talk about it after this.
Uh, put it like this. I said it's something I think about all the time too. Like at a competitive level, I say I probably got like number 3 or 4 more years.
Mm-hmm.
But like after that, you got to think about it. With age, you know what I'm saying, it comes to the point where like you're not gonna be as good at something that you were before when it comes to like something physical or like something. Cause you think about it, when it comes to gaming, you're it's a real like what you call it, like
You work your brain a lot.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying. It's like and you ain't gonna have that same reaction time or same you know eyesight that you used to have
Mm-hmm.
like with age. So it's like you got to think about it. Like I think what's the name said it the other day when I watched the interview. What's the name? Scump. He was like, yeah, these kids these days coming up, they so damn crack. Like it's hard for him. It's hard for him to
Keep up.
react as just as fast as someone 18. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be able to press that button a little bit quicker than you are,
Right.
just because they're younger. So that's what I told myself at a competitive level another 4 or 5 years. But playing, I don't I can't even think that far ahead like that. But at a competitive level, I say like another 4 or 5 years, 4 or 5 more years.
Uh,
At competitive level.
for me, competitively, I think I'm gonna give myself like two or three if I because I enjoy being competitive, but the thing is, if I get too competitive, I know that I am not fun to play with. I'm not fun to be around when I'm getting too competitive. Because I grew up competing. You know, I was always the smallest guy. I was always, I got picked on a lot. So I competing when it comes to things that I like competing at, and I know I'm good at. If I know I'm good at it, I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna be aggressive and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But I gaming wise, I will probably play games until like if I have kids, I'll play video games with my kids. I think gaming has such a personal hold with me. Like I gaming took me away from a lot of issues that I had when I was younger, and it's I consider it a very safe place that I can get out. I can get out of everything that's going on. I can just relax. I can,
That's
you
one thing
know.
that's nice about this shit. Like, what if you're gonna having a bad day, whatever? Like, hop on the sticks with the guys and shit.
Oh
You
yeah,
forgetting all about that shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And I just I think if we both make it, which I very much think we all can. I have full confidence in everybody that we can make this a full time thing. You know, you don't have to be competitive for the rest of your life. I mean, a lot of these older streamers like Nick, Tim, Cypher, basically I do work like they're all like early 30s. You know what I mean? Like they've been doing this shit for like 10 years, and now all they really do is just create content. They're content creators. I feel like content creation is going to be a forever thing. They can do that for as long as they want. Now they're not going to do it till they're like 60. I don't think anyway. I could be totally wrong, but like these guys are having kids and they're having families, so I don't think gaming uh is a forever thing, but it can be with certain people if they consider that a special thing with them. Like it has a special place in my heart, bro. Like I love video games. There's nothing to me besides like important like moments, like family moments, like having children and stuff like that. Gaming is just it's such a beautiful thing for me. Like I am so glad that I can stream it and play them whenever I want to. I have a system that provides really well for it. So I think I'll be a gamer probably till I'm in my very late stages of life.
Yeah, and like for me, like I always say this all the time. I came into gaming so damn late, so it's like
You
for
didn't
me, it's like
you
yeah,
didn't get the feeling growing up
yeah,
of what it was like playing video games. So
yeah,
you're not necessarily extremely attached to it. You're attached to it because you enjoy
yeah,
doing it, but you're not as
yeah,
attached as others.
yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, as in like, yeah, I've been put like this. I've been passionate about it. I haven't been as passionate as you have for so long.
Right.
When it comes to gaming. So like now I'm seeing now like how someone can be. You know what I mean? Passionate.
Oh
Further how
yeah.
long they've been playing. You know what I'm saying? So me, it's a little bit different, obviously, but uh, but like so far ahead, like at a competitive level, like I said, we can go 3 or 4 more years from now, but I'm still, making content, shit like that, man. I
Sweet.
mean, you got to think about this life. Yeah, anything ahead of us, from now, it's gonna suck. Man. It's just like as far as like we all aging every single day, so it's like you know,
We're all getting
I'm gonna
old,
miss.
man.
Yeah, the moment I can't play COD at competitive anymore, I'm gonna be sad as shit. I'll be like, damn, like
Well,
I ain't gonna be able to react as
hopefully by then we're just doing podcasts and making YouTube
yeah,
videos.
yeah. That's just the whole reason for the YouTube and shit like that. But no, for sure. Like, that's with anything like basketball. Like I don't play basketball anymore. I miss that shit too. So
Hmm.
you're not gonna be able to do something at a high level for forever. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And you just gotta, tell yourself that too. So
I think I think it's great. I think gaming has a great impact on people. It can, anyways.
yeah,
Um,
another thing too I can say as far as like, with me and like in the city and shit, like I feel like with me, like people know, like I feel like that's why I get a lot of love because like people know with me, if I'm asking, you to help, play the game, whatever, it's like a real genuine thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like nowadays, like nothing wrong with people. You know what I'm saying? Going out and drinking and shit. And like meet someone and talk to them that way. With me, you don't need no alcohol or nothing. You can just vibe, be yourself, hop on a
mhm.
game, and we're gonna vibe.
Unless you
Motherfucker,
Jedi, unless you Jedi. Apparently, when
yeah,
Jedi drink,
but
he play
yeah,
better.
like my homie DGB, man. He's a former NFL player. So he got so much, exposure in the city and shit like that. And he's one of the guys that fucks with me because he knows with me it's just genuine. I don't want enough from him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want, we ain't at the bar trying to, doing bottle service. We ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, it's just genuine. You know, like fuck all that. Like we about to just vibe. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like that's what's cool about gaming. You can really just vibe out, get to know somebody. You know what I'm saying? On straight genuine shit. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what I do like about gaming. And I even have people come to me like, yo, Smooth, like with you is like it's real life, you know what I'm saying? Like it's real, like, we really vibe, you know what I'm saying? It don't take us you know, to get fucked up or something to have a good time, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I feel like that's really what I'm trying to do now. It's like, yo, we with this game shit, we can vibe out on some real shit, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
you know what I'm talking about? Like, there's some people
Oh
like
yeah, no, yeah.
you,
There's people out here
you'll meet,
that just
or
want.
you going out to the bars, whatever, and it's like some straight, fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you only see him when it involved alcohol. You only see him when it's convenient for them or like my thing's really the alcohol. Let me just say it. Fuck it. Like
I
there's some
mean,
people that I
it's
was
just.
cool with. At the time before I was streaming shit, I was like drinking this shit every single weekend. But I only seen them, when it came to like drinking this shit.
Yep.
And like to
Didn't
me, I said,
didn't
no,
didn't
that ain't
talk didn't
genuine.
talk to him after or
Yeah,
before.
nah.
Yeah.
And then now, I got people coming like, yo, man, like Smooth, like we can talk about some straight genuine shit on the game. It's crazy.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? No drinking or none of that. We just vibing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do like about gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like the respect I've been getting from it. You know what I mean? You
Sweet.
know what I mean?
That's awesome, bro. All
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Well, with the last topic of the day, we're gonna talk about GBG, the
Yes,
the
sir, man. Get
the,
back game, man.
the
Yes, sir,
gang,
man.
man. Um,
Gang shit.
Carlton is is
Tell the
Car-
guys.
Carlton is the the leader of it. He started it. Um, we have what, like 8 people in there, or is there 10 now?
Man, we got like 10. We got some,
We
some
got some.
pros.
We got
We
some.
got
We got some prospects.
man. We hopped in the game the other day. What's good, Jackie? We hopped in the game the other day. I think it was KJ. He was like, when we were playing the Sheikah, he's like, bro, this dude had GBG in his name. I'm like, wait, what?
I,
He's like,
I
yeah.
you know, it's what's crazy is I after we did the Warzone One Rebirth tournament, I saw it very often, and when we were doing like Z
That's
League stuff,
crazy.
when
Like,
we were doing
yeah.
Z League stuff, I saw it a lot. Now it was probably people trolling from those
So
Z League
we talking about
tournaments.
the clan tag. The look in the clan tag,
Hmm.
you know how you have a little clan, whatever. Yeah, like our clan's GBG, like get back in the groupie stuff. But what were you saying?
I just, it's funny because GBG, when you brought it up to me, I remember I was like, okay, it's just gonna be some like little clan, you know what I'm saying? You know, we'll just have it in our clan tag, go from there. But you know, it's grown from that. We have people that we feel as if they can provide um, perspective and content for us. You know, I feel like we all have a certain quality or trait that we provide to the group. I love everybody in there, man. Everybody's a homie. I hope everybody knows that, you know, they're always uh, able to talk to me and or Carlton. We're always open. You know, ears are always open. We love every single one of
Most of
y'all.
our brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Most of our brotherhood.
Oh yeah, you know, and we don't know if we're gonna be adding more people or not. We don't really know, but we eventually want to make it kind of like a nuke squad thing where we take, so say, you know, we get big, we'll be able to take the guys with us. You know what I mean? Like we'll be able to bring the people we care about and take them with us. And I think that's the whole point of what we're doing. We're not
Yeah, because
trying we're not trying to just make some little group and whatever. We're trying to make it to where we can build a future with it, so where everybody can have a a spot and a say in the group. Everybody will have a quality that, you know, people will love. You know, like when Swag brought the Nuke Squad there, like others, like people will always say like Swag, you know, made Santana, Booyah, and Jay Smooth, but that's not the case. And they say this all the time, man. Like realistically, like yes, he gave us a platform and he helped us get to this point, but at the end of the day, I have to be entertaining and I have to be able to keep my crowd. Like the crowd has to be interested in me, not just because I'm a part of Swag. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the group that we have when we have talked more about it, and you know, the group chat and everything, I feel like everybody's on the same page. You know, everybody wants to kind of
funny you
do
said that because I had
everybody wants to do it for a living. You know what I mean? Like we want to, or you know, just even make content and have fun, bro. Like that's the whole point. Like it's not really even a group anymore. It's really like it's just a family, bro. Like
and like
I
I'll
love
say
all the
like
guys in there, man.
yeah, and I'll say like what made me start the whole GBG thing was more so because you got to think about whenever you're streaming, whenever you're doing something, it's really just about you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like after a while, I was like, no, what? Like I don't want to make this shit about me because you know what I'm saying. Like when I start building a community, whatever, it's like I started realizing like it ain't like I feel like sometimes us people we can be selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I'm just that's just what it is. I mean, like it or not, there's a
I
lot of
mean,
selfish people out there.
that's just
So it's
that's
like
and that's how it is on Twitch too. Like
yeah, yeah, a lot
there's a
a lot
lot
of
of
people are.
people. There's a lot of people
We
out
ain't talking
here.
no names or nothing like that. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, but there's people out here just in general. We're not talking about anybody specifically, but there's people out here that will try to hit you up. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're big and be like, hey, like let's link, and then after that you never link again because they just wanted some clout. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And I just didn't want to be making it about me, so that's why I started the whole GPG. I was like, you know what? Let me start a little group. You know what I'm saying? Of like people who enjoy the game as much as I do, or whatever they like to do when it comes to game, content, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And have all of us uplift one another, motivate each other. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. When it's just you and yourself only, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard to have motivation, or sometimes it's hard to. That's what the thing in life in general, the
Oh
gym,
yeah.
whatever. But when you have someone else motivating you as well, you're on the same shit, trying to like come up together. It's a little bit it makes it a little bit easier. So I was like, let me just not be selfish. Let me do something that I can form a brotherhood and have people on the same boat. Because you got to think about me and Jedi, you know, you know it's crazy because all the time he always be like, "Yo, thank you, Smooth, for motivating me to want to keep going and shit like that." And it's just like I feel like maybe if I never even started the whole group, he would never even said some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so
I
it's
would
cool
I
to
would
hear
I
shit
would have
like
never
that.
met Jedi. I would have never met him.
Yeah, yeah. So it's cool to hear that because it's like you know it's like it's like some straight genuine brotherhood type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all GBG is. It's just a group of everybody uplifting one another. That's the reason why I started it, and it's everybody that I would like take a bullet for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That's really what it is. And so it's cool to hear people like, yo, I want to join GBG, shit like that. It's cool to hear that because it's like we're doing something positive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I feel like
That's
we're.
why.
I hope we're making a positive impact on everybody, man.
Rather it just be about me and me only on it, on this, just anybody, just me and me only, like, whatever the fuck I'm doing or whatever someone else is doing. I feel like the moment you make it just about yourself, you're gonna fail. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Because like it ain't just about, yeah, you're the one hopping on here each and every day, grind and shit like that. But it's like when you're trying to, uplift one another, you know what I'm saying, on the same shit, it's just a little bit better, you know what I mean? That's just how I think.
No,
I know that's
I fully agree. I fully agree.
yeah. So that's all
But
I was trying to do with the OGB shit. And I
I
feel like we've
think
been doing well with it too.
yeah, I think the group we have, the group of people we have, and people that we're thinking about adding, I think we're in a good spot, man.
No facts.
I think we're going in the right direction. I really
And
do.
it's to the point where like, yeah, like my guy Robert right here, this is one of my hitmen on Warzone is like, and he don't even play no more. And it sucks for me, but at the same time, is he's doing what's best for his mental health. So just because he ain't playing Warzone with me no more, I ain't gonna be like, nah, man, fuck him. He had a GPG or whatever, everything like that. My thing is like on some straight brotherhood shit. Like, yo, do what's best for you. Play what you're gonna enjoy playing. Don't play some shit that you're not gonna. Because at first I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I was like kind of pissed. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, if it ain't good for his mental, why the fuck would he put himself through that shit? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, if I'm not having
So
fun, I don't want to play that shit.
yeah, and it's like, and then I start thinking like, it is what it is. Like as a straight brother, like a brother to him, I gotta like, encourage him to whatever he wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what's best for you.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? But
and
we
I
still gonna
and
be homies
and
and
I
shit
and
like
I
that.
and I appreciate that for real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's more or less. It's not that I don't want to play Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's gotten to a point where I am not having fun, and I do not want to continue to make content with something I'm not having fun with because then my content is diminished. My content is not
Right.
good.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like I want to make it. You know what I mean? So, um, I think I think we're in a good spot. I think the group's in a good spot. I think we have a lot of potential. I think we are all capable of making this something special. And I love the group. I love all my guys. I still support everybody that plays it. Just because I ain't playing it don't mean I ain't supporting. Um, you know, today is a great day because I feel like the podcast has done really well. I think we did a really good job.
So the other
And
day when I brought it up to you, how excited were you? And I was like, you know what, like, cause Chad, he been talking about this podcast for us to do this for so long now.
I've been wanting to do a podcast for about 3 years now.
And okay, so what was your reaction when I
When
think
you brought it, well, when you brought it up,
it was
I
like 2 a.m. type shit.
yeah, I low key, I've been so clustered at work that I totally forgot about continuing my podcast. We're in the process of getting a logo that will be here soon. I'm gonna figure out a way to make a logo and have a whole different stream layout for it. Um, but with that, man, I appreciate everybody coming through on the podcast. I appreciate everybody listening. This will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. I appreciate everybody coming through. It's going to be on my channel. It's going to be on Carlton's channel. It's going to be on a GBG channel. It's
Well,
going to
we have the GBT channel already on YouTube.
it's on there. I'll have to see if everything's ready to go. But if it's not, if anything, the GBG channel will be up tonight, like for sure. Then it'll be all good to upload tomorrow. And I'm also going to have an Up and Adam channel, just a strict channel for podcasts. This is where that's where you're gonna be able to get all the podcasts. Next, it's either gonna be the end of this week or next week. I'm gonna try and get the podcast on Spotify, Apple, iTunes and stuff like that, so you guys can listen to it when you're not having to listen to us and watch us. With that, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. I love
Yeah,
everybody.
one last thing. What was the days that
The
you gave
days, the
me
days, the days.
for the
So
chat?
Wednesdays, or sorry, Tuesdays, we will stream the podcast, and then it'll be a gaming podcast. That podcast will go up Wednesday, and then Thursday we will stream the sports podcast, and that will be uploaded on Thursday. So, or sorry, Friday. So Wednesdays and Fridays, you can expect the episodes to be out on YouTube, and then eventually on Spotify and Apple or anything or anywhere you get your podcasts. Um, I hope this goes well. I hope everybody enjoyed watching. With that, man, Carlton, you have anything to say before we get on out of
Nah,
here?
man, peace and love, man. Hey, make sure you know what I'm saying. Tell somebody you love them. You know what I'm saying. A family, a friend, whatever it is, because you know what I mean. You know,
Oh
because
yeah.
we ain't probably tomorrow. You know what I mean.
Peace, love, positivity. Talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Checking on your loved ones. Give somebody a hug and donate to a really good charity. With that, chat, I'm out. Carlton, say your goodbyes. We will see you on Thursday.
Hey, y'all. Gang, 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 gang. Love y'all, man.